question is, now I have seen this man, I know him, and I think that he's the one. What next do I do? That's a very, very good question. So what you're saying is that the man is God-fearing, because that's really very important. You want a man who is God-fearing, because if someone has the fear of God in his heart, he's very likely to respect you and not to treat you badly, because you're a princess, you're a queen, and you deserve to be treated that way. And marriage is an equal relationship. It's just that the roles are different. The role of the man is different, the role of the woman is different. So he's not better than you, you're not better than him as it is. So you have found this man who is God-fearing, who has a vision, a very clear vision of purpose, and I tell people, you don't even have to wait on or look for a man that has a lot of money, but you want to make sure that the man, even if he doesn't have money now, you want to make sure that he's somebody that has a vision, because the vision and the life of purpose will bring the money. If he's a young man that knows where he is going, it's a very good thing. So even if he doesn't have money now, the money will come. It's actually better to marry someone who doesn't have money but has purpose and vision than to marry someone who has money but doesn't have purpose, because one day the money will run out, and then because he has nowhere to go, things become terrible. So now you found this man, he loves God, he's hardworking, he loves you, he's committed to the relationship, he's committed to caring for a family. Then the next thing, and remember we are Africans, there are ways to do things. The next thing is, when both of you have decided that you're going to get married, it's important to get your family to know. And why the family is important is that sometimes we need a little bit of reality testing. What you think might be a good choice in the eyes of your father and mother and brothers and sisters. They may actually see something that you are missing out. So it's okay to give them the benefit of the doubt. This is the man and all that. They're going to ask you some questions. And sometimes when parents look like they're a little bit, they're pushing in too much, it's not because they don't want you. Many parents do it because they are thinking about your happiness. They want you to be happy. Now you have seen the man. The man is God-fearing. The man works hard. He has a vision for his life. He has a purpose. He knows where he's going. The man is committed to family, committed to relationship. Not just I love you, but you've seen things that really show that this man is ready to settle down. And so now, what next? What do you do? And it's a very good question. We are Africans, and we have a culture, we have a tradition. Many aspects of our tradition are very good, really, and there are some that can be modified. I know in Africa, when two people are getting married, it's not just those two people. You're marrying a whole family. You're marrying between families. If you're marrying into the man's family, you're marrying the entire family. And then if he marries into our family, he's marrying the entire family. And not just the family, but also the community. And then in the past and historically, why this has been very helpful and very important is that if the man that's coming to marry you, understands that he's not just marrying you, that you're a part of a family and that you're a part of a community, then before he mistreats you, he's going to really think twice, because the entire community was involved. Just like in the olden days, in our village, that's the way it is. In every marriage, the entire community, the entire village is involved. They are witnesses, and it's a very joyful thing. Very happy. People are happy for you. Now, then again, why it's important to bring the family in at that stage is that sometimes we need reality testing, because people say that love is blind. Somebody said love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener. And to some degree, that's true. So many times, if we have very strong affection, strong feelings for someone that we want to marry, we may be blind to certain things, and then we need family to sometimes help us to reality test. So your father, your mommy, the brothers, the uncle might see something. If they are fairly reasonable people, they might see something that you're probably not seeing, and then they can ask you questions. I know in the past, sometimes a man or a girl has introduced a man, or a man has introduced a girl to the family, and but really didn't know. I think I remember a case. Actually, one of our cousins, she took a man to the parents, and her old father said, "Hey," after she left, he said, "Look, you might want to reconsider this decision. Do you know why? Because this young man's father, I knew him. He was convicted for stealing. So he stole, he was a thief, and he said, I also know his grandfather. That the grandfather stole yams and stole goats. Real story. The grandfather stole yams and stole goats in the village, and then it was known. So, and these elderly people in the village, they do have a point. Like they say that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And while that young man can change, and you have to give him the benefit of doubt, he can actually change. It doesn't mean that if his father was a thief, that he necessarily must be a thief. But it's important to bear that family trait, in mind. And so that's why sometimes, our parents help us. They ask us questions that help us to see clearly, to be sure. Now, after you've gone through that process, and then you're sure, and then your parents are happy that yes, this is the person. Then once you have their consent, everything is just wonderful. So now they're offering their support, and they're even the ones who will be asking you, okay, so when are you people thinking? What date are you thinking about? And then so when you have their support, they even mobilize, because they usually think it's not just your marriage, it's our marriage. It's my daughter, getting married.
Have you seen the movie Our Marriage? Okay, their marriage, our wedding.
No, not yet, but that's interesting. What happened?
The family, okay, the couple had a different idea of how they want their wedding to be. The mothers had a different idea. So the two people made up their mind to give the wedding to them and
to the families.
Yes. So they should just do whatever. So it's their marriage, their wedding, our marriage.
That must have been very, very hilarious. That was very hilarious. And that's the way it really feels. Actually, it's your wedding, but it's truly our marriage. It's something that parents are very, very excited. Don't you see sometimes some young people say to their parents, I don't want, young people of these days, I don't want a crowd, I just want, I just want a few people. And I just want 50 people. And I remember the family friend, the son said, Daddy, I don't want more than 25 people, more than 50 people. And the father is like, how can?
Your mother has 50 friends?
Your mother alone has 50 friends, who have another 50 friends. And of course the man was politically connected, and he's been the corridor. So it's not just going to be possible. He said, look, the other people, sent, we went for their wedding, and they brought us and all other people. So who do you want us to invite and who don't we invite? So it's true actually, and so you need to show understanding for how they feel, because it's an exciting thing for them, and they want the whole world to come and see my daughter is getting married, and it's a day of pride and all that. So once you get them to know, and everybody is happy, you see things just become mobilized, and so now you have their blessing, and that's really important. It's nothing like having parental blessings. You have your parents' blessings, and then the young man also coming to marry my daughter also has my blessing, and that's a wonderful thing. That blessing is very good to go. So that's what to do. And just to let you know that I have been praying for you, and I'm sure, very, very sure, you are a princess, our princess, and we're very sure that God is going to give you a prince, going to give you a king, because a queen deserves only a king. Okay, and I'm sure that that's going to happen. Okay. All right. I think I think I'm getting hungry. It's time to what's for dinner tonight? What are you and your mommy making for dinner tonight? Beans. Not again. If you give me beans tonight. All right. I think I prefer a goosey soup and pounded yam. You with okporoko and that. Okay. All right. So we'll talk this some more. Okay. I'm praying for you, and I'm sure that things will resolve very well. Okay. All right then. Okay. Let's get dinner ready.